Hello kids! So Zoom died. I'm going to post a quick video about what I want you to do. So please go to Google Classroom and you're going to see day 1, day 2 notes, and you will also see today's reading. Zoom died. I'm recording a video. Yeah. Can you come back in like 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. So open up day 2 on Google Classroom. Open up day 2 notes on Google Classroom. Hopefully you've already done the reading and you've summarized the stuff down below. So opening up day 2. Click through the slides and you'll see that I want you to title the output side, the left side, page 6, Knights of Labor. And I want you to draw the Knights of Labor logo, which looks like a diamond with a circle with a triangle. It says K on the left, L on the right, and down below it says of. Remember, you can pause this whenever you want. So title it Knights of Labor, draw the logo. Next, the anarchy sign. The Knights of Labor was the first major labor union in the United States, and some of those people were communists and some of them were anarchists. Communists want essentially the government through the people to take over all industry, and everybody works for the government. Anarchists don't want any law at all. You can see that today as part of Antifa. Some people in Antifa are communists, some are anarchists, some are just anti-fascist. As they say, it's kind of a diverse group that I can see. So, the Knights of Labor in the 1880s had some successes going on strike against railroads, which meant that they would band together as a union and refuse to work unless they had better working conditions. So for union, you can see on the slides, the next one is union. I want you to write workers coming together. So workers banded together and created the Knights of Labor. Go ahead and pause. You can write that down. The next thing is strike. When unions don't get what they want from the people they work for, they go on strike. So I want you to draw a picket sign because that's what workers do. They'll hold picket signs saying, give us what we want, that kind of thing. And I want you to define strike as when workers refuse to work. When workers refuse to work. All right, and that'll take us to the Haymarket Affair. So the Knights of Labor were a union, and they went on strike against railroad companies, and they won a couple strikes, and they lost a couple strikes. And some of them were communists, and some of them were anarchists, and some of the anarchists felt that violence was on the table to overthrow the government. Not all, but some. One in particular. This is at a time when it was legal to just buy explosives without identification, so they got some dynamite, and they taped it up, and they took a bomb to a protest. Why was there a protest? Well, some Knights of Labor had been harassing scabs, people who crossed the picket line to work for a company anyway, in Chicago. And the cops came to bust them up, and they killed one of the Knights of Labor. So the next day, the Knights held a protest against police brutality in a big square called Haymarket. It was Haymarket Square. And in the course of their demonstration, the cops showed up, and an anarchist in the Knights of Labor threw a bomb at the cops and killed some of them. The cops opened fire on the crowd. Now, the effect that this had was it made the Knights of Labor very unpopular because they actually had some support across America until this happened. But after that, they were seen as terrorists. So, I want you to write Haymarket Affair 1886, the end of the Knights of Labor, and then draw a picture of what happened at Haymarket Square. So the whole theme of today is when workers organize to demand better wages and conditions from their employers, they are a labor union. If their employers don't do that, workers go on strike. That involves protesting and refusing to work, often with picket signs. They hold picket signs. The Knights of Labor was the first major union to do this. Some of the Knights of Labor were communists and anarchists, and some of those people felt that violence was on the table to accomplish their goals. So in Chicago, the Knights of Labor were harassing some scabs. The police showed up and shot one of the Knights. They protested police brutality the next day, and somebody threw a bomb at the cops. When that went off, the Knights of Labor became very unpopular, and as an organization, they faded away and ended. But it was the first great American labor union. So we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Sorry the internet went out.